Alright, so yeah, this is part two. So as you remember, this was where we left off from from part one. So what we've done so far is we recorded our cinematic, we've put it in Sony Vegas and rendered them as image sequences. We put them in Boju. We tracked features, camera solved, and we told Boju where the floor is, and we also made a point and we flagged that for export. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually export this so it's a Cinema 4D file and that we can work in. So you want to click export camera right here, and you have all these options. You're gonna click browse where you're gonna save it. I'm just gonna save it to desktop. Um, and then your save as type. You have all these types. You have like After Effects. I'll have a tutorial later on that. And then you have Cinema 4D here. I'm just gonna name it tutorial again. Um, and then just click save. Right here, remember how we flagged the track for export, and if you don't check this, it's gonna show up all the everything, all the little points that you saw there, all those, it's gonna be all there. So that can get annoying. So the purpose of us doing the flag export was to so that won't happen. So you want to make sure that's checked. Now, next thing you want to do is this scale scene by, and change that to 100. Every tutorial I've seen, people change that to 100. So, um, yeah, I don't really. It's just the best thing to do for Cinema 4D. So we're gonna click save, and that's it. And now we're going to jump into Cinema 4D in just a second. So yeah, sorry, I was kind of playing online. Yeah, so we're done with this. And as you can see right here, we have our tutorial Cinema 4D file. I have Cinema 4D R13, so yeah. Next thing you want to do is open it. Straight up open it. This can kind of take a while. I don't know, 2 minutes. Good. Cinema 4D opens up pretty fast for me. So once you open it, you're gonna have this like lightweight 3D import. Basically, what this is you have your scale, and I think it's always defaulted to 10, but I think it's on centimeters. Change it to inches, and just click OK. And now we have our scene that we did, as you can see. So I'm just gonna go right here, and well, I have R13 and not many people really have it, but if you have R12, just find where background is. I think it's in light. So you have your background, and now you're gonna create a new material. Just double click it or click create new material, and then double click that to open that options. Uncheck specular, and in color you have texture. You're gonna do a little drop arrow and click load image. And what you're gonna do is this is where my version of this comes in. People will say the original video that you had, you use that, but I don't really use that. So what I do is you open up that folder, sequence tutorial or whatever you named it, and the first picture again, just like we did in Boju, just click open, and then if they ask you this, just click no. Now you have your picture here, and you're gonna click right here. right next to it, or right there, and then it's gonna load up this. You're gonna go to animation, and you can see, as you can see, it changed the frame rate to 60 frames, but that's fine. Just click calculate, and that's it. Exit out of that, and now what you want to do is just drag it onto there. So as you can see, now we have our background. Let's see, we have that. So next thing you want to do is you want to basically alright, this is where other people have different opinions on this. People will say add a floor. That's perfectly fine. Adding a floor is perfectly fine. It's just you can't stretch it out. You can't make it bigger. It's just this size. So we don't want to use that. So what I do is I'll add a plane. Yes, it's small now, but you can just drag like the yellow points, I guess, and you just make it bigger, and you can make it fit to where you want it to be, like that. So if you render this out, you'll see that there's just plane here, and obviously that's not good. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the same material that you put as your background and drag it on the plane. Now if you render that out, you have this like weird picture thing. So what you do is you click on the picture, like the material part, and where it says projection, you change it to frontal. Now changing it to frontal makes it like blend in to the background, but as you can see, it's still like this black square right here. Now what you want to do is you want to click on the plane, right click, go to Cinema 4D tags, compositing, and then uncheck self shadowing and click compositing background, and now you can see that the plane is gone, but it's still here, so we can work with. Next thing is you want to add your text. So I'll just go to MoGraph, Mo Text, and wait till this loads. Yeah, now we have our text here, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna name it tutorial. No, I'll just name it Dubsy. Now highlight it, and let's just find a better font than this. I already know what font I'm basically going to use, so I'll go get that right now. This would load any day. Alright, so I'm just gonna use Babas, or however you pronounce it. Wherever it is. Oh, there it is. So yeah, let's render that out. You can see our text there, but it doesn't look realistic, and it's really small. So just go to height and drag that up a little bit more. Alright, cool. Slide over to the middle right here, about like right here, and turn up the depth. There is fine. You want to go to caps, fill a cap for both of them. Change the radius to 1 on both. And as you can see, it's looking better and better. But yes, that's tracked, but it doesn't look realistic at all. It's just plain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add shadows. Now to add shadows, you want to add a light, and just move the light back. Since our shadows are going to be facing that way ish, and make it towards over here. Here's fine. Now you want to, then once you put on the light, you have these options here. You want to go down to shadow, and then shadow map soft. Change the density to around 60, and now if you see, we have shadows. and that looks more realistic, and it actually looks like the text is there. Let's just rotate this, and as you can see, the shadows are still kind of off. They're like too big, and so we'll just move it closer, and do that and move it like right here. Let's see, just play around with it, and you can see if I move here, you can see the shadows right there. So just click back here and bring you back here. Yeah, that's fine. Next thing we're gonna do, load materials. Just random material. I'll just pick like green. I'm not gonna do anything too fancy. And yeah, now that's basically it. Yep. So this is motion tracking. Actually no. I'm gonna help you guys render this. So output with 1280 by 720. All this is the same. Frame range, all frames. Save. Change it to QuickTime Movie, and then just save it anywhere. I'm not gonna really render this out. But yeah, that's it. So hope this helped some of you guys, and stay tuned for a lot more tutorials on more advanced tracking, but this is just the basics and just the beginning. So yeah, Dubsy out.